Hi, it's Shana Meyerson with YOGAthletica in Los Angeles, California. Here today to teach you how to pike press to handstand. One of my favorite things, and I've been thinking about this video forever, and now I've got it. I'm going to ask you 2 blocks and a strap. Oh, and patience. Lots of it. Don't worry if you don't get that today, okay? Don't worry if you don't get this press tomorrow, or next week, or next year, or the next decade. Work it, okay? This is one of those journey poses. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. It's okay. Enjoy the ride. Okay, so before you start, make sure you know how to do my easy press video, okay? Because that's the easy one. It's a tuck press, so it's a different press, but it's a lot of the same fundamentals, and you do want to be able to master that before moving on to this one. We'll start off with 2 blocks. Set them up on your yoga mat so they're sort of in like a V shape, facing inwards, okay? Because the internal rotation is going to help to remind you to pull those thighs inwards and engage the legs like crazy so they're fully vested in this posture. Stepping onto the blocks with the toes, pointing in. Hands come down approximately a foot in front of the front edge of the block. Now, hamstrings are the unsung hero really of all handstands, so make sure you've got some nice open hammies here. Once your hands are down, embed the shoulders. So you see how instead of pushing away from the floor, I melt, and I want to have a bit of a back bend, in fact, in my upper back. Now, 3 things need to happen to get me off the floor. A, press into my hands like crazy. The more I push down, the more I lift up. B, lift my hips actively from the floor to create space for my legs. And C, no matter what the question, the answer is core. Pressing into the heel of my palm and gazing forward. I come onto my tippy toes and see, if you can, float, not jump, but float to your wrist. So you're standing on an invisible wall. Now, the good news about being on blocks is you can almost sort of fall into this one, okay? But if you want to hold on to it, you got to Incredible Hulk that core. You got to really pull it in. So, again, I want to make sure that I'm not jumping, okay? Jumping and pressing are 2 completely different things. And if you keep jumping, you will never press. So don't get frustrated if you don't get off the blocks at this point. Just work this one. So toes again are turned in, palms come down, gaze is forward, embed the shoulders, little back bend, press down, lift from your hips, and float. And down. Okay, you want to get that one. Because first you got to get off the floor. Once you got that, let's take our strap. Remember that straps make everything easier when it comes to handstands. Why? Stops our elbows from bending. Now, make sure your strap is above your elbow. If it's below your elbow, that doesn't stop your elbows from bending, okay? So you gotta be above the elbow, and you want it pretty close to the elbow, otherwise it's gonna hit your face. And that's not fun at all. Okay, so we'll start, again, toes in, feet about a foot apart. Hands go forward again, about a foot in front. Embed my shoulders. And this time, instead of going down, we're going to have to go up to get off the floor. So, I press down into my hands. Think about opening up your upper back. Create a back bend in your upper back. Press down into your hands and float to your wrists. So you notice that there's no real effort going into my legs. My legs just follow the pose. Once that's easy, you rid yourself of said strap, and maybe try with feet just parallel and touching, okay? But the energy is still the same. It's very much moving towards center. You want to activate your legs so they're not just dead weight. Same exact thing. It's just now the legs are in a slightly different position. Shoulders upper back melts, tippy toes, and float. Okay? Congratulations, you're off the floor. Hopefully you're off the floor. Once you've gotten off the floor, now comes sort of the tricky part. And that's the part of getting up. I mean, up. So this is going to rely not on our legs, but very much on what's going on in our spines, okay? Think when you're coming into this pose of your body being in like a 7, like a curvy 7. So it's going to be legs straight out, and then there's going to be like a back bend. Imagine your back bending to take you down into that 7. So it's not like just straight up and straight down like a right angle, and I think that's the problem, is that people envision it as such, but instead, think about your hips going past your wrists. So it's going to be hips back. Remember, I've talked in other videos about the butt shelf. You want those hips on a butt shelf, nice curvature in the upper back to take you into the pose. As we come out of the 7, things will start to even out. Now, straps make everything easier, so get your strap on. Okay, so you can take your feet and turn them in if you'd like. Feet about hips distance apart. Same thing, gaze is forward. And as I press down, again, the hips are going to move back. So I melt into my chest, creating a back bend there. Press down to lift up. And then I even things out as I come all the way up into the air. Now, of course, if handstands are scary for you or anything, do it in front of a wall. I probably should have mentioned that before, okay? Hopefully it's not too late and you haven't already fallen over and died. If so, please don't sue me. I should have said that before, I get it, but I'm saying it now. Go in front of a wall if you're scared, because once you get that pike press to the 7, the second half of the lift comes pretty fast. As always, if I could snap, that would be much more dramatic than me, who like does these lame like 3-year-old snaps from my ring finger instead of my middle finger, but you get the picture. So now let's try the whole thing. Remember that it's going to go fairly quickly once you get to that halfway point. So you got to sort of slow yourself down. Heel of the palm presses you that way. Fingertips push you this way. So if you feel like you're falling, fingertip it up and look up like crazy. Or just have a wall behind you. That's the shortcut. Okay, so feet. You can turn them in if that makes it easier for you. If you're ready, take them parallel. Hands come down. This is not a hop. Okay? Get over that hopping thing if you want to press. Even just practicing here is not going to help you learn how to press. You've got to get off the floor. So, gaze is forward. Embed. Don't forget that back bend in your upper back. Pressing into your hands like crazy. Come on to your tippiest toes and push up into your handstand. Ta-da! It helps if you could come out the same way, just to teach your body the movements. This one's fun, and I use the word fun very, very loosely. It takes some time. It's okay. It's life. You got nothing but time. Use it wisely. This is Shana Meyerson with YOGAthletica in Los Angeles, California. Don't forget to sign up for my video subscription channel on Vimeo.com in order to learn not only how to do the poses, but to build the strength so you can knock them out of the ballpark. Have an awesome day.